Good day, everybody. It's Max, and welcome back to Plan B Terraform Ribbon World. You betcha. And in today's episode, we got past 1 million on the last stream of Plan B Terraform's Ribbon World. Can we get higher? Higher like fire. You betcha. We want to be able to see how far now we can actually push the ribbon. And, of course, that could mean a bunch of changes, could be a bunch of stuff. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. But before we get started, of course, I want to thank all recent subscribers as they're scrolling at the bottom of the screen. When Steam Elements behaves itself, anyway. And, of course, everybody in live chats, which, of course, I appreciate very much. And, of course, everybody that watches later on as well. Whatever time zone you're in, I hope it's having a good one. Because, you know, we all deserve a good time. You betcha. A good time, a long time, however that song goes. Anyway, with that, I should push the button into things. Boom. Look at that. That's a thing. That was a thing. You bet. So, of course, we got to 1 million on the last stream. New Istanbul is growing like crazy. There's the ribbon. Look at that. Man, it's just working so smoothly, too. We got things to do today, though. All kinds of things to do today. Just because you reach 1 million people doesn't mean we want to stop here. No, no. In fact, as you can see, I have added all kinds of ribbon. All kinds of ribbon, and we want to push this thing like crazy. Crazy. There's a couple other things to do, though. Lots of things to do, as always. There's maintenance to be done. As you can see here, we've got large opening here for expansion. You notice here I'm now getting ready to try and actually allow the city to grow to the left. I want to move these stations here today over to this side. Take this out, and then allow the city to grow into this area. At the same time, I do have to plan a little bit for future expansion growth. So you'll see here we've got lots of hex factories, shells ready to go. And of course, we want to be able to keep pushing that forward as well. But we should be able to allow the city to run a little bit. It's going to lose its mind here, of course. I've had it paused for quite some time, just because, you know, having this all here is going to probably require some train movement and a few other things. But let's let it run for a few minutes, right? There we go. We'll hit the play button. There's a lot of lag going on here, of course. I mean, you can't have this kind of build, people. You just can't have this kind of build and not expect lag, right? I mean, it's a thing that's happening. Of course, the numbers are going up. We like numbers going up, people. Numbers going up is always good. You bet. As we now need over 1,130 of those things growing every couple of seconds. It goes up every couple of seconds. Kind of scary, actually. The first thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to reclaim some of this road right here. I'm going to let the city expand into this area. I'm going to reclaim some of this road. I'm basically out of road. Well, you know what? I got 644 road again. I say that because I would like to kind of clean this up. You know, I'm going to let the city expand over here to the left, to the right first. We're going to slow this down a whole lot. We'll let the city expand over this way, right? We'll just do that. Let me clean up a bunch of this road. We'll let the city, because the city's been looking to go pop the magic dragon here for a while, right? I mean, it's squeezing pretty hard. So, you know, that's a thing. That's a thing. If the city's squeezing really hard to get out, then we got to let it do a thing here, right? Because, you know, I don't want the city to explode on me. When it does explode, I do need it to explode in all the right places. So we're going to do this. And you'll notice it's just creeping along here. It's perfectly fine. As we haven't touched the buildings we want. This is bringing all these buildings online. That's great. That's what we want. You know what? We're going to stop right there. I think it's a good spot for it. And you can see here, look at this, right? They're like, yes, we can do this. I'm like, yeah, I know you can. Boom, there goes the flood, right? As soon as I opened the door, it was like, yes, we are going to expand. You betcha. That was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. All right, we'll clean this up. We'll clean this up so you guys can have some spot room to move into here. There we go. It's all good. It's all good. All right, do a little clean up here. Okay. Hey guys, guess what? Yeah, you got to expand over here. It's great, isn't it? I know. You almost think this was planned. Besides, I need some of this road back. You guys are pretty. I need some of this road back so I can actually get things done. All right, well, you can have that. I'll just make a nice curvy piece right there for us. All right, there we go. Do. Okay, but we do have to get preparations ready to go for the other side. So how much did that fill out? It filled out a fair amount when it exploded, but it didn't fill all the way out, which is actually good. We're going to let that keep going for a bit. Now let's prepare for the city to come this way. So let's get a little bit of that road action going on in here. And we'll zip that over this way. And we'll get some lines drawn in here just to kind of... Do you want to do that down here or do you want to do it up there? I think we'll do it down this way. I think that should be all right, right? Yeah, it keeps it even with the other side for now. I think that's actually a good idea. Where am I on the other side? Right about here somewhere. Well, then I say that. I guess maybe I should be working this from the top. All right. Well, we'll do that. We can easily make adjustments here. It's that's the best part about being flexible, people. We can be flexible. All right, there we go. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's it. Get that in there. Get that in there. Sure. Here, we'll even clean up these 2 rows here. That way we can kind of get it to match up on that other side, right? Yeah, let's go. There you go. Of course, when working with the ribbon, we always have to be careful of the division lines themselves. Obviously, having the map built in hexes, it comes with some division lines. We've run into those multiple times in the last few streams. Now we've got version 3 of this ribbon working. And, of course, we don't want any major hassles to happen. There, so that should be a nice thickness. That should be a nice thickness there. Mr. Johnson, what's going on? I hope your day is good. All good in the neighborhood. You bet. So, looks like we got everything ready on that side. This side is still filling out. I'm actually kind of surprised about that. Numbers are still going up, though. This is good. We're at 1,200 and climbing. Whoosh. I mean, that's pretty intense, people. It's pretty intense. I'll tell you. I must admit, that's a pretty intense number. It's a pretty intense number. It's all really intense. I mean, what can I tell you? But I am a little concerned about the O2 situation. Looks a little light. Well, I mean, we can't worry about it too much. I mean, we got a lot of machines. We got a lot of machines doing stuff, but maybe it's not enough machines. Maybe I need even more machines. I mean, oxygen, right? People need to breathe. That's kind of important. I mean, we do have some extra oxygen machines here. And I mean, we can always put like an extra oxygen machine, like put that in there, and then these guys can lose their minds. You know what? We can actually upgrade these to be level 3s. Because I mean, these were set to level 2s because that's all we had at the time. But I never really have upgraded these to level 3s. There you go, level 3, guys. Look at that, oxygen aplenty. Let's go. So let's get these guys filled in. Meanwhile, while they're filling in, and then we're gonna let them pressure up a little bit, right? Because we like putting them under a little pressure, so as they'll do that explosion piece. I think what I'll do is I'll work on some factory down here. We'll get a little more of that carbon going on, because all the things. Now we just got a brand new patch out, as you can see, patch 677, I think it is. It could be 671, but it might be 677. I know it's got a 6 and a 7. I know it's 6 with a 7 and then some other number. And one of the things about that patch is you can now see the blocks affected by the platforms. So these, of course, are level 2 depots. And of course, you can see just how many, what blocks are being within range of this depot, which is actually really nice when you're trying to get stuff around, right? A giant Chevy symbol. Yeah, right? I mean, yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it. Yeah, it does kind of look that way, don't it? So, yeah, that's one way to think of it. So in this case, that is kind of a nice little extra feature, just because, especially like, you know, when you're working with the mall, like when I'm working with the ribbon, like, you know, I mean, when you're working with this amount of craziness, there's a lot of craziness, right? When you're working with this amount of craziness, it's nice to be able to see what's in range of that craziness, right? And in this case, you can see that the ribbon's connected on both ends, right? It's connected to these guys, it's connected to these guys. It's within recycle of them guys, and it's within range of steel making up north. So, you know, you can see like when I designed the ribbon, I didn't have that wonderful gift. So obviously, you know, things, right? I mean, it gets pretty intense after a while, that's for sure. So while we're letting the city just build up here a little bit, we're going to keep putting in some of this carbon, because we need it for the plastics, people. We need plastics. All about the plastics. It's all about the plastics. And of course, then food doesn't seem to be the issue. Food and oxygen, of course, I will keep pushing ahead with just machines in the city. But food does not appear to be the issue at the moment, which is good. We don't want food to become the issue, because I really don't do a lot of extra food making. But I mean, I do have food processing right there in case we do need it as a side piece. But I'd rather the ribbon take care of it, which of course it is hopefully doing. Right, guys? You guys are working really hard up here, right, guys? Please work. I hope you're working really hard. Well, I mean, you're trying to work really hard. It always makes me a little nervous about how hard they're working or not working. But they are working hard enough where they're, you know, they're doing things, right? All the waste is being taken care of. This is what you like to see, right? You like to look and see most of the waste facilities are empty, right? As long as the facilities are empty, then we're looking good, right? I do have a little concern about the organic waste amounts on their platforms. And one thing I don't have one thing about the ribbon that is not really good with is organic waste. It is kind of good with everything else, but it does have an organic waste problem. But we'll keep an eye on that and see how it goes. Most of the buildings are being emptied out. Input buildings, I am a little concerned that they look so empty, but I guess the emptiness is okay as long as all the buildings are getting the total they need, which in this case is 1270 and continuously rising. So we're not going to panic on it too much yet until I see the green light go out, and then I'll panic. Because I mean, you know, no sense. Well, I mean, after that, there's just not much you can do about it, dude. You just gotta suck it up, Buttercup. So meanwhile, we might as well keep working on this little bit of a plastic project. Because, of course, as the city grows, it's going to need more of it. Now, we have the ribbon, which mostly takes care of the city. So that is the purpose. The ribbon's doing it like an 85 or 80-20. Let's call it 80-20, right? The ribbon takes care of 80% of the city's needs. Now, the big trick to that is that the other 20% has to come from somewhere else. And basically, that's what we're doing here. 20% of this is coming from the planet, right? And in fact, the big challenge is how big can you grow a city before you run out of resources on the planet? Because once the resources are gone, that's it, right? Like, you won't be able to grow the city anymore. You can't do much more with it. That's about it. Luckily, we've got the ribbon up nice and early, and you know, which is important. We definitely need this ribbon. We need this ribbon to keep doing all the processing, so as we save as much as possible, so as we can get the population as high as possible. Now, I guess, so there's kind of the unceremonious mark of 100 million, right? 1 million's the first big one. 10 million is Yeah, when the resources are gone, basically everybody's dead, right? It is what it is. Talk about future planning, right? So yeah, I mean the trick is we want to be growing population every moment that we can, right? If the population isn't growing, that means we're wasting resources just maintaining, and we don't want maintaining. We want growth, right? Now, I mean, having little pockets of maintaining is okay, but obviously, if every piece of iron ore we're picking up off the planet is just being used to maintain a 1.5 million population, then that's less resource we're going to have later when when you get close to like 50 million or 60 million or whatever, right? So we don't want to run out. No, running out. Too bad. Oh, did I make 5 of these? I did too. Oops. One too many, guys. My bad. That's my bad. Yeah, I know. I meant to make 4, not 5. I mean, I was just doing such a great job. Luckily, I can scoop these right up. There we go. Yeah, so we have 4. There we go. Listen, you're going to grab some machines to fill them suckers? You bet. There you go. Then fill these guys up while the population number keeps growing. So as long as the number keeps going up, people, we like it. That means every resource being consumed is being delivered as a population control uptake. And again, if the ribbon's doing its job at 80%, then that means we're only using 20% of the planet's resources to do this. And of course, in some parts, like these guys, well, they don't use any resource, right? Like these atmospheric extractors are awesome because it's free. Free resource. I love free. Free resource is awesome. You betcha. I like free. And so, anytime you can use free resource, we definitely like that. Okay. Now, the other thing is that because of what we're trying to accomplish, I am not trying to accomplish a temperature control increase, right? We're intentionally not trying to increase the temperature so as we get as much land mass as possible. Because we like land mass, because we can build on land mass. We like land mass, people, because it means more for me. You bet. Okay, keep going. There we go. So, yeah, we haven't been doing anything with temperature in a while. And, again, on purpose. We want to make sure we can grow this sucker as big as we can, right? And we want all that last. No teeth brushing? No. The kids are getting a freebie. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I must admit, maybe we should be having the kids brush their teeth a lot more, but yeah, it's not happening today. No fluoride today. We've stopped all fluoride input until until such time as we get the city to almost its maximum capacity. Now, I mean, there might be a time where we actually come back and try to, if we get the city up to like some crazy exuberant number amount, we might be able to come back and have a look at it one more time, right? No teeth brushing for kids. All that's been shut down. The fluoride factories are closed, and we're not shipping kids out on little buses to brush their teeth at the factories. So, I guess, some agency called me, said that wasn't a good idea. All right, so anyway, hey, look at that. We like this. This is good. This is now totally filled out. That's awesome. In fact, I'm going to do a little trickery here as we get ready to expand things. We're going to do this little bit. Okay, something like this. And basically, I want the city on its next expansion to fill this bar up first, right? So when I open up this next section, we're going to open it straight across here, and I'm hoping the city will just go right up this little arm right up here, right? Is the hope. Hope in the dreams, people. Hope and dreams is what we go for. And the reason is, of course, is because when I do take this rail out of here and transfer it over here, I want as many contact points as possible, right? So we'll have to, and then I got to fix a bunch of trains. After that, it'll be a bunch of train fixing because it's going to get messy, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It does mean I'm going to have to take a little time here. We got to fix a bunch of train lines, right? We don't want to keep using a lot of extra trains. Like here, of course, we have a lot of trains delivering resources here to the front half of the ribbon. Now, the ribbon is designed to share, so it's sharing amongst itself, and that's fine. The thing is that by not having trains all the way down here, it just makes it a lot slower to get stuff off of trains and stuff move around. So you can see here, all the drones are moving everything to the right. Right? They're moving everything to the right. And I mean, that's working fine, but it would be nice to have the trains more spread out. And at the time, of course, the city wasn't wide enough to do that, but it is getting wider, so we should be able to do that soon, right? Yeah, we'll have that's what we'll do. We'll allow them to start brushing their teeth again at 100 million, right? So they can all have nice smiles for the pictures. That's what we'll do. That's it, yeah. We want the kids to have nice smiles for the pictures. So at 100 million, gosh darn it, we'll let them do a thing. Oh gosh, the things I get into. Okay, so listen. In fact, this is actually a really good time. It looks like we got very few trains here. In fact, it's probably a good time to do this. Well, I mean, there's never really a good time to do this. Are you guys going to explode the right way if I open this up for you over here and you don't mess this up? Come on, guys. Let's not mess this up. Okay, well then you should really try to clean this up, Max. Let's do this little maneuver. Cut that for a second. I mean, you're going to cut all of this out in a minute, but... okay, so... Input stops. Yes, that's a thing. So 1, 2, 3. Now I should never need the concrete again. In fact, I should just take it out. It's a waste of time. You shouldn't need the concrete again, simply because, you know, after 100,000, like once we get over the 100,000 hump, and yes, that was a little bit of an issue on the last episode, I'll admit. But once you get over the 100,000 hump, then really it doesn't matter anymore, right? So we're going to put some that in there, and we're going to grab a little bit of this purple here, and then do that, and we're going to repeat this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 7, 8, 9. That should be good enough for now. And then I can fly along with these guys. And then look at that, I can even skip 3 there and do that. All right, now we'll go grab our food ones. Okay. And that'll take care of those guys. Now for the actual input buildings. Input buildings, people. Every one of these. Now, these are direct input buildings for external stuff, right? We're not. I'm not worried about waste management. Waste is totally being handled by the ribbon. That is the whole point of the ribbon. The ribbon handles all waste management. This is all for just inputting the 20% extra that we need to keep it over the top all the time, right? Now, are you ready to explode this in there? Sure. Well, no, not really. What you should do is you should change the destination of these. Yeah, there's an idea. You know what? Let's not do that just yet. And the reason is because it would be really nice if you had a way, you know, to get out of here. To get out of here. You're gonna be, that's really gonna be tricky, isn't it? You should have put that into your design plan. Really? Yeah, I should have. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you should have put that into your design plan. All right, well, listen, let's, we'll do it after every 2 because I don't want to be cleaning up this much. Listen, you know, this is all part of the experiment, people. Get over it. So, okay, all the things. Now, this is where you put this in here. No, yeah, give me the bulldozer. Thank you. There we go. All the things and boop, like that. There we go. Now give me this thing, and you go 1, 2, 3. Then you do it again. There you go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then do it again. No, this is where you stop and you skip that 3, and then you do the next 3. Right. All right. So then this would be the next U-turn. But we'll, what we'll do is we'll do this part of it. Right about there, and then I'm going to put the turn in here. Yes, somewhere around here, I think. Okay, give me that. There you go. That's what we want. That's what we want. That way the trains can get turned around in a decent fashion. Like, we don't want them going too far for each of these drop-offs, right? And then we'll take you 1, 2, 3. Actually, that actually works out really good for the turn because this is basically where it turns anyway. Nice. I like that. I like that. I like it, people. I like it a lot. I like a likey. Yeah. I got a likey. All right, there we go. All right, there. That's clean. Yeah, that's cleaner. There we go. Okay, city. Listen, I need you to behave yourself here for a minute while I move this stuff. So we're gonna move that red one to here. Are you? Yeah, you're concrete. Guess what? Bye bye. You can just go away. You're the food. You're the first food guy. Food guy goes there. And then, let's see. What are you? Oh, you're just the empty. You're the empty stuff. Okay, purple stuff. Composites. Change. It goes right there. Excellent. Everybody else behaving themselves? Right? And then this is more concrete. Yeah, goodbye. Get rid of you. Okay, so we'll hit the play button to let that all go poof. There we go. Now, what we want to do is, it's fine that this stuff stays in the city. I don't care. Like, we'll leave it as for historical purposes or something great, some crazy label like that. Yeah. So like the city has stopped growing. What are you upset about? Yeah, you're upset about so many things, right? Just relax. Yeah, see the organic problem. Is that going to be a problem? It's probably going to be a problem. I mean, it won't be a problem. I mean, if you take, if you take 45 seconds and you do this, it's definitely not going to be a problem anymore. It'll be all good after this. How's the organics doing? The organics look okay. At least the organics, I mean, the organics look pretty full, actually. I'll be honest. Now, the organic waste here. As I was doing work off camera, of course, one of the things that loves to build up is organic waste every time there's like a little pause. And so this is no surprise that the organic waste is a little ahead of itself. It probably wouldn't have gotten this far ahead, but again, when I'm doing work off camera, prepping stuff, testing things, you got to be sometimes running the city when you don't want to, and the ribbon is kind of finicky that way, and that's because obviously it's not really meant to be stagnant. It's not very good at being stagnant. It likes to keep growing, keep doing, right? All right, so what is your problem? Yeah, you're missing high-tech parts, blah, 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 all the things. Okay, well, listen, you're not going to be missing high-tech parts for long, so we're going to hit the play button there for a second. Really, guys? You're really gonna give me a hard time on them high-tech parts, or what? I don't think you should. You shouldn't be so mean to me. Yeah, you know, high-tech part me. Do we got enough factories making the high-tech party things? I mean, the factory's probably running full blast. What are we at? 1396. Oh, gee whiz. And I mean, these things, aluminum bars? What do you mean aluminum bars? Oh, I was going to say, aluminum bars is not the issue. I see aluminum bars right in front of me. Okay, listen. We'll deal with that in a second. We'll get an extra train up here. We'll get some extra high-tech parts up here. I got to have the city explode over this way, or we're not going to get anything to work here. So we're going to take this out. So no trains should be running up here at all now. We're going to take this concrete out. Okay. And then we're going to take this track out here. Like this. Right up. Yes, I'll take the track out, but I'm going to put road back in its place because I don't want the city actually expanding into this area. I'd rather it expand into my new open area that I've just created. So yes, I will take the track out, but we're gonna do that. And let's just hope that it figures out that it's got to touch that rail over there, or else it's going to be in big trouble. Now, maybe I should have left the rail in there for a few minutes because we may actually need this rail to spice this back up. But we'll see if we can get it to touch that rail over there. And then I'll get a few more trains up here just to handle that 20% that it's looking for. Okay, listen, are you going to be smart enough to figure this out? Yes, turn green, would you? Yeah, dude, yeah, I need a little more. Yeah, that's it. Work your way up there. Hey, if you want them high-tech parts, you want... Yes, that's it. Do it. Do it. Do it. There we go. That's exactly what we want. All right, excellent. All right, stop there for a second. Okay, now let's help these guys out by getting them the parts they need. So, obviously, they'll use up the rest of this stuff that's on these platforms because reasons, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. But we should get some more for them, right? Okay, so if we go down here, how we doing down here anyway? Food's not a problem. Extra food is like easily doable. So is high-tech parts, actually, or composites. Composites and high-tech parts all look good. Excellent. This is exactly what we want. All right. Listen, where is it getting the high-tech? I'm assuming this is the. No, that's the trains for the mall. I'm assuming you're the trains for... No, you're 5 trains. 5 trains doesn't do squat, dude. Where is your destination? Go to the destination. All right, so you're doing 5 trains. Okay, that's fine. I thought it was be more than that. All right, so it's just 5 trains. Well, then why is composite 21 trains? That's crazy talk. I don't need 21 trains here, obviously. We're going to cut that down to 10 trains. Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, I probably could do it with 5. Yeah, I'm going to do 5 trains because I want to be able to, space these out properly. I don't want one train having 20 trains and the other 4 trains having nothing. So let's take it from the opposite end corner of this, and we'll hook up the second station. Right there. You're going to be composite. You're going to be 5. I'm going to make 6 trains, so we start with 5. This is the next one up, so we'll make it 6. So we'll do 6 trains for that. Is this where the food is? You betcha. I'll take it from this corner, I guess. And we'll drag up here. Right to there. And we'll say food for 6 trains. Done. And then I need another high-tech parts. Right here. There we go. We'll grab it from this bottom corner, and we'll give this one 6 trains, and hopefully that will increase its capabilities. High-tech parts for 6. Okay, this is actually really good. Really good, people. We like it. Now, it's going to be a little cranky. At least it's a little cranky for the moment where in the right way, right? Because this is good. This is missing high-tech parts, but we now got a second train coming up here to drop that stuff off. We're going to have to speed this up a little bit. There we go. Look at that. We're back in the blues, people. Black. We're back. We're back in black. Wow. Okay, we're on the growth path again. You betcha. And in fact, I think I'll open up this V here and let it grow to the left before I let it grow to the right. Oh, we're short all the things all of a sudden. This is no surprise because I'm assuming these platforms are all running out. They look pretty empty to me. Hey guys, listen. I need you guys to go faster. I just realized these guys are using old Mark II platforms. Here, Mark III's for everybody. That's right. Load the food faster. Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on here, but we use Mark III platforms for everybody nowadays. You know. Okay, there you go. Yeah, and we're gonna load you guys up here soon. Make sure you guys get all the Mark III stuff. All the Mark III. Yeah, Mark III people. Unload them trains faster. You bet. And as the numbers keep going back up again. All right, excellent. So that means we should be able to open the rest of this V up here really, really soon. And then kind of, maybe we should do it in a control burst. We'll do it in a control burst. I sound so military-like. Yeah, we're going to do it in a control burst situation here. Roger, Wilco 7. We don't want things exploding all over the place. That would be bad. Okay. Listen, guys. We're gonna let you open up into the V. Do you remember the original V, 1984? People probably don't. Right? The original V was awesome. All right. You know, the secret aliens come from space. They offer us all the great stuff, and they say we're gonna cure all your things. Yeah, but they're here actually stealing all our resources, and they're actually lizard people. Right? It was an awesome show. Awesome show. Yeah, that's the way it should be, people. That's the way it should be. They're probably just upset you cut off a bunch of supplies and won't let them grow. No, what? I don't know why they would be upset about that. They shouldn't be. Oh, look at this. Wow. Did they ever cheat that right away, didn't they? They were like, you know what? We're not waiting for you to open this one up. No way. We're going to take this. Just hold on a second. I'll let you have it then. Okay, let me clean this up. If I don't clean it up for them, they'll just take it anyway. Yep, here you go, guys. I know, look at that, boom. They just literally exploded their minds. They were like, yes, new territory, we are taking it. We don't care what you got to say, buddy. We're like, okay, just don't beat me up, all right? Do all the things, do. And like I said, we'll leave these old platforms here just for historical purposes. You know, to say, hey, this is where it all began at one time. It began in this little area, right? Okay. And I am leaving this in here so as we don't ruin the ribbon stuff. Otherwise it gets messy. I like the miniseries and the TV series of V. Well, you gotta remember, like, there's not a lot of water out there, right? I mean, yes, I guess they could have, from a retrospective, right? Like, you know, you could make water, I guess, right? You can make water out of 2 hydrogen and an oxygen. But maybe that's a big issue out there. I mean, you know, my science is I'm a little rusty on the science, but, you know, finding water is probably pretty hard. Like, actual water, right? You know, like water. Like, it's not that you can't make water, but I think, like, finding water in its natural elements is probably pretty tough, right? So, you know, it could be pretty tough. You think water's really that common out there, right? I mean, yes, I mean, in a frozen format, I guess, like, you know, Titan, blah, 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 a bunch of other places like that, right? But, you know, yeah, I mean, I guess as a premise, maybe it is a little silly, especially the science that we know today that water is pretty common in a lot of places. And yes, but it's in a frozen format or in a you know, liquid water as we know it. You know, I mean, yeah, water's common, but is it common and it's in the format that we know it as, or is it like a little bit trickier than that, right? Meanwhile, we got a bunch. This is because it exploded backwards, right? So, of course, all the cities growing all roopy-doopy over here. It's like, whatever. It's like we're just growing. Wow, I mean, I must admit, it is pretty impressive to stare at. I mean, look at the original city. I mean, it's all skyscraper city here, right? It's actually pretty cool. Whoa, what happened here? Let's see what happens. What's going on, people? You're short on oxygen. Yeah, well, I guess you are. You are short on oxygen. Let's see if we can't help that. Yep. Sure. Every second building can be an oxygen building. Okay. Is this going to get me what I want? Probably not. Well, then what are you doing it that way for? Well, I mean, it is kind of going to get me what I want, but I didn't keep going with the pattern is the problem. This here, all right, so let's go, this is the pickups, right? These are the supply centers. So every supply center needs 3 and an oxygen. Okay, so a supply center is 3 with a spare oxygen. Supply center is 3 with a spare oxygen. Okay, 3 with a spare oxygen. And there we go. So I'm fixing this up now because, you know, oxygen, they need it, according to them. Fussy, let me tell you. Okay. Yeah, spare oxygen. Well, of course, you're not active. You're not active because that's a thing. But this is why you were supposed to do this other thing here, Max. It's in frozen icebergs called comets. Well, okay, yeah, but again, that's not liquid form, right? You know, not easily just, you know, I can't just drive up to a comet and say, yeah, 1 glass of water, please, right? You know, I'm just saying that there's lots of water, but it's all not readily ready water, right? There's more out there than there is on Earth. I'm sure there's lots of water out there. Oh, that I have no doubt in that. And yes, I mean, if we're going between the stars, I'm sure they can defrost some water en route, right? But come on, it's still made for a great TV show. Doesn't matter. Not going to ruin my dreams of my TV show. And yes, hydrogen is the #1 element, and oxygen is number 3. Again, I totally agree with you on all this. Totally agree. You know, hydrogen, oxygen, lots of it out there, making all the things. Mr. O, what's up? I hope it's all good in the neighborhood as we talk about water. I mean, I totally agree. I 100% agree with all this. Are we going to put in a section? Did I just say a sexy oxygen plant? Oh man, it's all sideways now, people. It's all sideways now. Listen. Why don't these have like any oxygen at all? I'm going to put in some extra ones here, I think. You need this to be touching. You don't need this to be touching. But you do need oxygen. Where are you going to drop the oxygen off if you do that? I think this is why I was trying to do this little maneuver. So right above these recycling centers, I was trying to put in an oxygen. Yeah, but that's not gonna give you what you want, Max. You've got to put it. Actually, neither one of those is going to give you what you want because they're not close enough. You're still going to need some extra oxygen, though, dude. Okay, where are we going to stick this sucker? I'm trying to be consistent throughout the entire design, right? So let's just go for here. Every second one of these. What do you mean? We're out of machines? What do you mean we're out of machines? How am I out of machines? That's not a thing. Is that a thing? Where's the mall at? Hello? One mall. Are we out of machines? I can't believe that. Mechanical parts and aluminum bars. Well, there's the aluminum bars. Where's my mechanical parts? That's polymer. There's my mechanical parts. Mechanical aluminum bars, mechanical parts. Why is that not here? I was sure I had that in the mall somewhere. I mean, yes, I take stuff in and out of the mall all the time as time goes on, right? Okay, listen, you got to get some of this back in the mall, dude. This has to happen. This has to happen, and it has to happen like yesterday. In fact, we're gonna do. What are these? These are your standard factories. I'm going to move these two things around here. We're going to change that. I can't believe this. Pretty sure atmospheric extractors were part of the mall one time. We're going to slam some of this in. Listen, make that down here. Boom, boom, like this. And upgrade these to all Mark III things so as we can use them. What are these? These are Mark IIs, right? Not anymore, they're not. Nope. Look, there they are right there. Look, I knew I had them. But why do I have them over here? That's really weird. Did I put them in the wrong spot when I made it? I think I did. Oops. Okay, well, that's fine. We're going to fix it. Let's fix this now. Hey guys, wake up, listen, I need you to grab a bunch of aluminum here and bring it over here. I need these guys to start making me things. A lot of it. Atmosphere extractors. Gosh darn it. Anyway, and the city is growing once again. There we go. Oh, it was lots of fun. Just a bit of suspension and disbelief work. No, we were talking about V, the TV series, and about how they were here. Okay, well, set the water part aside, all right? I can understand, yeah, I mean, obviously, if they can fly here, they can probably get water from asteroids and blah, 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 and all the things. But, I mean, the food part's definitely, definitely convincing. Right, Jamie? It's all good in the neighborhood. I hope... That's right. I mean, when the V people came, right? Okay, the water, disbelief... All right, I'll accept that. I'll accept that, right? But I mean, food. Food is a thing. I mean, like maybe they got tired of eating plants. I mean, they're lizard people. They probably didn't want to eat the plants for too long. Maybe they wanted something more, right? I mean, chances are. Right? I don't know. I mean, I just thought it was a really cool TV show. The TV show was awesome. And, yes, all right, so it's a little disbelieving. Oh, we've paused out again. Let's check to see where we are. So we're still short on the oxygen problem, dude. You're still short on the oxygen problem. Okay, well, you got to get more aggressive on this oxygen issue. Okay. They had their copy of To Serve Man. Yeah, yeah. Right? Yeah, they had their copy. What was that other movie? What was the other movie that was just out recently, where it was all about cannibalism? Right? It was like The Chef. Wasn't it called The Chef or something like that? Wasn't that new movie? Right? They had their right. They were following the playbook. It was all good after that. It was all good. It was all good after that. Where am I gonna get another oxygen in here? Let's see. Did I get all the oxygens down here that I wanted? Maybe I didn't. I thought I had put... Oh, I didn't because I'd run out of machines. Right. Yeah, that's a problem, dude. It's a problem when you run out of oxygen machines. And it's like, yeah, you can't put any more in because you're a bum. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. I am a bum. Because I can't put any more of my machines in. Do that. Sorry, dudes. That was a really nice building, too, but I'm afraid oxygen is more important here. And it has to happen. It definitely has to happen. Okay. That is kind of the cool part about this, though, is that you can actually have, like, some random machine. Like, you can put some random oxygen in everywhere, right? I mean, it's not hurting anything. I mean, it's not hurting these guys. It's like, yeah, here, you want some random oxygen? Boom. Here, have random oxygen. You know, it's all good after that. Here, you can have some random oxygen, too. We can do this. And then I can take this and, like, make a copy of it, like, right in the front door. Boom. Like that. Yeah, just like that. That is the really cool part about this. We can actually have, like, random oxygen just everywhere. Okay, where else do we need it? Yeah, you guys are all out, dude. Like, all out. And it isn't helping. It definitely isn't going to help our actual ribbon. All this backup is not good for the city, right? Listen, dude, you've got to be more aggressive here. You've just got to get more aggressive. I know you don't want to, but you've got to. So just stick it in there. Stick it in there. Okay. Stick that in there. Yeah. Everybody can have 3 now. Everybody gets 3. Like, well, gee whiz, you didn't even get like an extra 1. Yeah, take that. Now I must admit some of this pattern's a little messed up because I hadn't really established a good pattern for this until later. Give that a 3. Give that a 3. Is that going to be within range of that? Yes, it will be. He can have 3. He can have 3. Everybody gets more oxygen, guys. That's for sure. Oh, no. You're out of machines again. All right. Well, then let's hope that we can... let's hope that grows up here a little bit. We'll see if it can take off. What is the requirement? I guess I should be looking at that part, eh? It is 1515. All right, so stop. If they're getting enough oxygen... No, stop, dude. What's the problem? What's the other side complaining about? Wow, organic waste and plastic waste is full. Is it? Well, yes, it would be because everything's ticked off. Everything's ticked off at the moment. It is a bit upset. I can see that. Okay, well, that's because of the imbalance that you just had. Well, we can fix that up relatively quickly, so let's do that. Shall we? All right. Fixing up the imbalance of things. There we go. Okay. Actually, not as much imbalance here as I thought there was in this part. Game, you just got to learn to keep up. Let me tell you. Sometimes delays will happen. It's just a thing. Look, like these ones are all blank. Move that over there. There we go. We'll take that all out. Now, I think the other issue is just the amount of compost I have. But I actually am a little worried here. I see lots of compost. I'm not seeing a lot of food. Right? Like, in fact, maybe that's the issue. There should be like 1 more food going through. Right? Because there's lots of compost here, right? That's the dark reddish brown. But there's not a lot of food on them platforms. I must admit. I would like to see more of that. Meanwhile, okay, so the other issue is waste plastic. Okay, and then can I go this route? There we go. Waste plastic. Yes. It is an issue. And there's 2 spots that you got to deal with here. Okay, we'll clean this up though. Hopefully this will allow things to run relatively clean for some time. Okay, you just cut out city from supply depot, top left side. Did I? I will check that out here in a sec. Well, I'll know it because it will turn red, right? If a supply depot is cut off from the city, it turns red, right? So we'll definitely know about that momentarily. Hit the play button there for a second, dude. It did. It did. It did. Oh, look at that. Yes, I did too. Yeah, you did do that. Yeah, take that out of there. Can somebody grow in there for me? Yeah, a bunch of bums. Now, is this really a big problem? Probably not. In the whole scheme of things, it's probably not an issue. Because I think the issue is... okay, we're back to city supplies being limited. No, we're not. Oh, see, now it's growing again. Yeah, so all right, we're growing again now, right? Yeah, that's now turned back to green. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. Okay, crisis averted. City is growing again. All right, life is good. I mean, it is gonna. Gee whiz, it's gonna be a hard balance, people. It's gonna be a hard balance. May have to put like random oxygenators throughout the city, I think. So we did catch it. We did catch it though. But yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, it was just a great show overall. Now, the remake. I love the look of the remake, but I think they just. I don't know. The remake. They did a really nice, like the graphics updates and the stuff. I mean, it just looked really, really good, right? I just think they kind of. Again, they kind of went a little wish-washy with the storyline on that one, right? Maybe that was the problem with it, but anyway, what can you do, right? Sometimes there's just not much you can do about it except shrug your shoulders and like go, yep, that was a thing. That was a that was a thing. That's a thing. So anyway, it's a little too bad sometimes. You gotta take what you got. Are you going to try and put that in there, or are you going to try and put that in there? Okay, if this is where we're putting a future oxygen, what does that do for me? All right. Because I'll tell you right now, you've got to have... because that doesn't help you up here at all, dude. In fact... you're gonna have to go like right there, I think. Okay, that's the worst place to go because it's not in range with either one of those. Oh, it is in range of this one though. All right, so I guess that's okay. Sure. All right, future-proofing, people. We're trying to future-proof here as we push the city a little hard, right? Somewhere's around there. Somewhere's around there. This is here's one of them crazy border lines, right? Where I had to add an extra. That was painful. It's always painful when we run into one of them extra lines. It's like, It's like, okay, it's fine. Everything is fine. Okay, so are we gonna give these guys 3? Yes. We sure are. Did you put that on the wrong spot? I think I might have put that on the wrong spot. I guess it doesn't really matter. We can put it beside it. Let's go 3 on that. 3 on this. Yeah, okay. We'll just do it this way. There we go. And from here on out, it should be okay, actually. You need to put your extra oxygen blocks in here, though. I noticed they're all missing. Missing. That's missing. Okay, there we go. The new V failed to have, yeah, Robert is the low-cast lizard person. Yeah, right? Like, I don't know. It just seemed like, I mean, again, the lizard casting side was done really pretty good. Like the lizard, but yeah, like the hero side didn't seem very hero-ish or something. I don't know. It just didn't seem like they was, you know, like but I do remember like the lizard people side was like really, what's her name again? I forget now, but like it was done really well, right? For the lizard side, the casting on the lizard side done good. Other side not so good. It's just the way it is, I guess. Okay, so we got some more oxygen going on there for future city expansion. Population is going up. We like that. We should actually open the last part of the V up, so as we can do things. Carefully, let's open this up, people. We have to be careful, right? Because we don't want things to go sideways. Okay, here we go. Because these guys are looking for any excuse to explode in here, right? Okay, there we go. Alright, let's let them in. Here we go. Yeah, in you go, guys. Okay. Get this out of here as quickly as possible. Nice. All right. We got that all working nicely. So that cleans up the rail system, the supporting rail system. So now it can actually, we can now actually expand this for quite some time for the external stuff, right? Excellent. So that is going to handle the extra room there. Now I just got to prepare for the expansion V over here. Is the range marker new? Haven't noticed it before. It is, as of patch 677, which was released just a day or so ago. So yes, now you can actually see the range. So of course, Mark III depots have always had a 3-tile range, but now you can actually see that range, right? Which is actually really nice, especially when working on the ribbon. I wish I'd had it sooner, right? Because you could see, like, if I was working on a ribbon piece in here, right? Like, you know, is that piece like within range of the other pieces? So, whereas before I've had to do it all by eye shot, right? Missed a couple of road sections. Did I? Believe it or not, what will happen is you'll actually see them from space really, really easy. Like if you're out here, and you've missed, like, see, there's a road section right there. Look, it's right there. Look, see? When you zoom out from space, the road sections you miss are actually really easy to spot. Look, I see it right there. Look. It's right there. Boom. See? He disappeared right away. So the one thing about missing a few road sections is, and that's why it can be a little sloppy. Yeah, so I picked that one up, that right side of the V one. So sometimes you can be a little sloppy with it because the road sections you miss in the city actually are like, they're like big blinking lights. You can really pick them out. Which makes it a lot easier to deal with, that's for sure. Okay, I got to get ready for the next city expansion, though. So, road pieces, please. Do this and that. Okay, that should be thick enough, I think. Okay, there we go. That didn't do anything. That was the most useless drag ever. It was like, yeah, I just dragged a line over nothing. That was awesome. Perfect. That was so perfect in so many ways. Do you want to make it a little bit thicker? Sure. Just to be safe? Okay. I mean, that's pretty thick. I think that's thick enough there, Max. They're probably not breaking out. All right, there you go. So we'll let this push on to a little over 2 million before we give them their next pieces. How many are you going to give them? You're actually giving them like a lot there. You do realize that, right? Do you really want to give them that much? Not really. You probably should have made that a lot smaller. Okay. I agree. 1, 2, 3. All right. Right to there. Man, you actually measured that off really bad, dude. Like that was not good measurement at all. You know, just want to point that out. Well, anyway, whatever. Sheesh. What are you gonna do? Sue yourself? No. Well then, doesn't matter how I did it, does it? Listen, you don't have to go all crazy here. Let's just do it that far. All right, so when we release the city, that's going to put on an extra 1, 2, 3. All right, that's fine. You're not going to let it go wild? No. Grow wild is definitely not good. I need it. The city itself has to touch these. I need the city to touch particular things in a particular order before I can open the city up. And if I don't, then it can go sideways really fast. In fact, I've got to thicken this up a little bit because what I have to, the first thing we want to do when we open up a new section is we need the city to touch these buildings here. And that means they have to work their way into these little grooves. And to make that work, I literally pack, stack, and rack the city into a tight little ball, so when it explodes out, it will explode right into them grooves, right? And then that way I don't have to worry about it. Because you obviously, so see how it's got open area over here? This is not good. If I were to try and open this over here right now, these would not fill in properly, and then that's a potential crash, right? So we don't want that, right? We need this, you need everything to pack in, and then you kind of need it to squeeze a little bit, right? So you let the city grow by like, 500,000 or so. Well, by 200,000-300,000 people. So as it gets really dense and packed. And then when you go to expand it, it goes poof, right into them spots, really crazy. So as soon as that fills in there, we should actually be really good. That's why I want to get this side of the V done today, so as it would even out, and then I could start working it across this, across here. And then the next one, what will actually happen is the ribbon obviously will get over to here, and then I will actually have to put a new ribbon in. I'm going to have to actually, now this isn't unfortunate, it was just an unknown at the time. So I didn't know how tall to make the city to fill out a ribbon. So at the time I had made the city this tall, right? This piece here in the center. And it turns out I didn't need the city to be that tall to be for the ribbons with. So the next ribbon I do will be right here and here, but it won't go all the way across because I got this little city piece here. And then the next ribbon will actually go up here, close to this lake, and run all the way across the center, right? And the next ribbon after that will probably be closer to up here. Now that I have a good idea on what the height needs to be for each ribbon section, so basically you're looking at about, I don't know, what are you looking at there? Say 50, say 40 to 50 blocks for every ribbon strip. Then now that I know that, I can actually plan the rest of this map out and make that work as well. So how are they filling in over there? They're not filled in yet. They're getting there. It's getting closer. Oh, you stopped. Oh, no, you didn't stop. Okay. I was going to say, you look like you stopped. But, yeah, I need you to fill this all in, guys. No, you stopped again. Why'd you stop? Why are you stopping? Is composites a problem? Is composites the problem? Yes, it is. It looked like it was the problem. Let's actually check the ribbon. Wow. I mean, there's composites in the ribbon. Is delivery the problem? I would say so. Well, okay, first of all, I should point this out. So I had a problem. I had an issue. I had an issue with the ribbon. And it was that there was somehow I had messed it up with this. And I may have to fix this. So these extra composites here, this is extra composite. It's unfortunate, but you'll notice here, I wish you could click on the building and see the reflection of the area. Unfortunately, there's no way to get this composite into that building. It's 4 blocks away, and I can't get it to touch this either because it's also 4 blocks away. It was a bit of a mix-up, unfortunately. I could try and swap it with this plastic, but that plastic's at a max of 3 for either side of this, so I don't think I can do that. It's just one of those things I didn't discover about the ribbon until later. So it looks like we have composite, but we actually don't. Where is the other platform? Is that the other platform? Yeah, all these platforms are empty. All right. Listen, bring up some composite for these guys. I'm actually going to probably just take that platform out so it doesn't use those platforms. And then that'll be a thing. But for the temporary measure, what we'll do is we'll add a third train on and get some more composite up there. Now, I am a little concerned. Is that the new composite? No. This is definitely no. This is not new composite at all. So I'm actually gonna make a new one because I notice here steel's the problem. Wow, steel is out. That's not good. Okay, we need to fix that right away. So tempered steel is the problem, and the problem there is steel. We don't have enough steel. All right. And steel bars is empty. Okay, that is aluminum. Okay, let's come down here to the steel factories then. That's metal waste. Not enough trains? Is that the problem, guys? Iron ore, 31 trains. Here, play this for me for a second. I need to see what's going on here. I mean, we have lots of ore moving around, lots of places, but maybe just not enough. Maybe, I guess it's just not enough. So we have 3 iron factories. They're all empty. Every one of them are empty. That's not good. That means this is all empty. Yes, it is. All of this is empty, dude. There's lots of trains running around here with ore on them. I'm assuming they're dropping off while the other ones are picking up. All right. I guess we're going to need more ore before we run into a major problem. Now, luckily, recycling is going to help us for the most part, but it won't do for very long, right? So, what do we want to do about that? Let's check some of our pickup spots. That's actually running out. Well, it's not running out. I got to do some shuffling with that, but that'll be all right. That one's not looking too bad either, but it's not super high. What's this one looking like? It too is full, but it is going to run out. What are you doing? You are fullish and full-ish and running out. This is my only aluminum, and it is going to run out sooner or later. This one's looking pretty dry. That's not good. All right, maybe we should fix this one up first. All right, I agree. Let's try keep running it on slow mode and hope that it doesn't die off anytime here shortly. All right. If we just run it on slow mode, at least the city can keep building. So as when I get ready to do the next expansion, it's ready to go. Meanwhile, we'll clean this up and all the things. And yes, I do see it stopping up there on the odd occasion, but it's going to do that sputtering anyway. Not much I can do about that. As long as it's mostly growing, I'll take that. I'll take that as a win. All right, there we go. Time to go. Catch the rest later. You bet, Jamie. I hope the day goes good for you, man. You bet. All right, so let's get these next rows in here to clean this up. All the things. Okay. That's right, city. I need you to keep growing. Because if I'm out here doing boring parts like mining, I need you to keep growing. Keep growing so as I can keep doing the stuff and the things. You bet. Okay. And yes, I do realize I'm using Mark IIs for that, but I mean, these old Mark II platforms, I got thousands of them, and there's no sense wasting them, right? I mean, they're good platforms. They just, They're not as good as Mark IIIs, but we don't waste stuff. All right, there we go, done. And now I need you to do this. Let's try not to hit too many of the extra things, okay? Okay, do that. Looks good. Yeah. Boom. There we go. Get these trains filled back up. In fact, I was looking at this just before the stream started. Of course, over to the right of the current city, there is a massive amount, and I mean a bucket load, of iron and sulfur to the right. I mean, there's all kinds of it. All kinds. And we want some of that all kinds, because that's a thing. We want some of that. You bet. Listen, give these guys a couple Mark IIIs just to help them along, would you? Yeah, these guys are dried out. Hopefully that will perk them back up again and get that up and moving. Let's see. What are you? Oh, you're my other aluminum. I actually did fix you up to at least get more aluminum. But there's all kinds of iron over here. Look at this. Boom. Look at that. And the sulfur. Holy smokes. Just a big sulfur table over here. So we're going to definitely, I mean, is that even iron there? Yeah, look, we got 5 iron and 5 sulfur right there. I mean, that actually is pretty good. So we're going to try and tap into those. That's for sure. We got to get into that. We got to get into that business. All right, so this one is also out, which is why we're suffering. Okay, so let's, you know what? I think I'm actually going to just pause on that because it doesn't look like it's moving at the moment. Oops. My bad, guys. My bad. Got to clean this up. It's maintenance time, people. Got to do the maintenance. Got to do the maintenance time of the things. You betcha. Okay. Here, I keep trying to scoop that thing up as if it was like a drill, and it's a rock. You can try and scoop that up as many times as you want there, Max, but you are not getting that sucker. All right, then. Do the stuff. These are all Mark 1s. What is that? Why am I using Mark 1s here? Don't get me wrong. I'm okay with Mark 2s, but even I have my, limits. People, even I have limits. Mark 1s, I think, is a little bit stretchy. You can tell this is one of the very first, this was one of the very first platforms we had, right? Okay, so, yeah, Mark 1s, dude. Come on. Cut yourself some slack, all right? Okay, so, Mark II platforms, all the things. We'll get the, boy, you can tell I had, this platform, this iron field is so old, that's where we were. That's where we are. We are just literally going through ancient times here as we have to come back and fix these old things. I mean, look at this. This is actually really nice. This is a really nice field. Okay, well then don't mess it up. Wow, you're actually putting in Mark IIIs all over the place. You do realize that, right? Wow, that was really nice of me. But not. We can't afford to be doing that. Yeah, these are Mark III platforms. I know, right? I was like, man, these are awesome. Yeah, Mark III platforms. Holy smokes. Just spend all that extra money, Max. Like you rich guy, you spending all that extra money. I mean, it's not, I mean, you know, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Sometimes you gotta spoil yourself a little bit, you know. Yeah, you gotta spoil yourself a bit sometimes, there, Max. It's all right. No one's gonna blame you for going a little crazy with the Mark IIIs. Well, maybe a little bit. Okay. Give that. Do that and that one. Do that one. Sure, and then maybe that one. Maybe something like right about there. Okay, there we go. Okay, and done. All right. Let's get some drilling going back on in here, because trains need stuff. Okay, and it's only going to get worse, people. Because let me tell you, they're only going to ask for more things here shortly. All right. Okay, drag. Yeah, do all the things out here. Yeah. Clean house on this field. All right. Nope. There we go. Done. 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 Okay. Okay. Do. Get a little extra in there. Get a little extra there. Get a little extra. All right, that takes care of that field. I think that's all the fields. My current fields. That's all of them. And then that will take care of that, right? Yeah. Wait. All right, guys. Let's go. Start digging. Okay, so that will take care of the extra fields that we have going on. But it would be nice to get a few new fields going as well. Oh, look, there's the fluoride. When we get to 100 million, we'll let the kids brush their teeth again, but not before. That's where we are. So, closest rail line is right there. Okay. Do this, that, this, and this. Jacob, what's up? I hope it's all good in the neighborhood. You betcha. And I hope you're having somewhat of a decent day. Sometimes I will take an okay day over any day. Of course, we could also be going on the GNU's factor, right? No news is good GNU's with Gary GNU. Fraggle Rock. I mean, Fraggle Rock was awesome. It was just the show that knew all the things. And one of the things it knew was sometimes no news is good news. Because Gary GNU said so. Gosh darn it. He was awesome. Yeah, it's going pretty good, right? Because no news is good news with Gary GNU. And Gary GNU knows all things. Let me tell you. Gary GNU. He was a smart GNU. He knew all the GNUs. He was the GNU master of GNU things. Okay. Do that. There we go. Yep. Clicky, all the things. Yep. Okay. And this is a really weird shape. This is a really weird shape to try and build into. So, I'm kind of working on the side of a meteor / volcano mountain. So it's kind of wonky. I will admit. But hopefully we can get this all to work. Okay. This, that, everything else. There we go. Yeah, this is really wonky. It's really wonky. Can it erupt? No. As far as I understand, I think they're all meteor impacts. No, I think they're all just meteor impacts. By the looks of the centers, right? This would be the meteor that impacted, and then this is the meteor crater that's created, right? Now, these littler impacts, I mean, they're cute and all, but it's the same deal, right? They have these little centers in them, these tiny little centers that kind of like show that they're a meteor impact. They do. The bigger ones look like volcanoes, but I'm assuming they're probably not. Crazy planets, volcanic activities probably hasn't existed in forever, blah, blah, blah. All the other crazy science that's boring. Boring science. Boring. Science boring. Science actually isn't boring. Science is awesome. But, game science, boring, right? Don't ruin my game experience with your boring science. Don't do it. Okay, listen, you're gonna put some stuff down here, dude, because, we gotta get some mining going on. Because you haven't been growing anything here for a while, and we're gonna have to go and investigate that, because I think we got more problems than first realized. So, let's not keep the game running here. Let's get this one built, and then we'll go and investigate as quickly as possible. Okay. That, do this, zip. Okay. Oh, that was great. Nice double thumbing action that was there, Max. Listen, sometimes your hands get tired, and it's just the way it is, All right, there we go. Do all the things. Okay, so that should now allow us to get that up and running. Where do you want to hook this train line in? Let's go this way. Okay. Sure, works for me. I may have to sneak a city through here one day. So, you know, be careful what you're doing here, dude. Okay. Let's do that. Do this. Drag this, and then yeah, come down here, dude. Like that. All right. So trains. Getting some trains on here. Because these trains are going to get longer and longer all the time. So right about there. Okay. Let's take this train down here to the storage area. Do you want to do this storage area? Yeah, okay. Let's do that. Iron ore. And we'll give it, I don't know, let's say, 120 trains. There we go. That will do something, right? Okay. Hopefully that will take care of those needs. So let's see what the city says in general. What's it upset about? So it is upset that we're not getting in enough high-tech parts, and the waste problem is back. All right, that's fine. I can clean that up. All right. So not enough high-tech parts, but we do have the high-tech parts in storage. So let's go for it. So let's give them a little extra high-tech parts out here on the side, right there. Yes, right there, high-tech parts. And in this case, it's going to be 8 trains because it's this was 5, this was 6. We've got to skip here for 7, so we'll make these ones all 8 train long. Okay, that works for me. And then the waste problem, which again, the organic waste problem, I think is a food problem. Yes, we're keeping up with food, but I think a third food processor probably would be the best thing. My biggest problem with that is that going to cause me a headache here or not? I mean, what are we using the nitrogen for? Well, you need the nitrogen for the, you don't need it for that. You need water for that. Then why do you have this nitrogen all the way up here for, dude? It's got to be for, yeah. All right, so it's for compost. Okay, but he's got that right there. So chances are, I would say the big issue here is food. I would say if I turn this nitrogen into a third food factory, we can get using more of this compost, which means more organic waste gets processed. I think is the big thing there. Let's try that as an experiment. Why not? We will convert just these ones here into a third food factory. Okay. Water is still able to get to all 3 of them. Yes, it is. And compost is able to get to all 3 of them. Yes, it is. All right. If that's okay, we'll just come down here and we'll replace them down to this guy. All right. Let's do that. Do this, and then we'll blank these out to give it a fighting chance, because it's going to have to blow through some of that compost. Now, I'm really hoping that the compost factory can keep up with these, but we'll see what happens. Okay. So food was the big problem with our version 2. Food was a big problem with our version 2 ribbon. The issue there was that we couldn't get enough food into the city fast enough. And I always knew food was going to be an issue because it's its own little ecosystem. Unlike the rest of the stuff, food is its own little eco-environment of organic waste, water, and compost. And they don't play with anybody else. So using the materials is kind of hard within its own ecosystem, right? I love how the people icon is basically the same as the people in Wall-E. Right? Yeah, it's awesome. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, they're just nice little pudgy guys. We're giving them all their needs. All their needs are being met. It's perfectly fine. Right side is struggling with small water flow. Yeah, and that's the other thing I've got to do. I've got to space out the trains, right? This is the thing we're going to do right now too. And this, wow, holy smokes, game. Give me a break. Okay. And this was the other thing I wanted to do on stream as well, which is this. And that is we've got to space these out more. We got to space these trains out more. So it is really time to do that. Okay. What is this? Iron ore. And then I'm missing a thing. And then this is water and nitrogen and aluminum. All right, so I'm actually going to leave that one alone. See, you don't want to move too many of these at once, right? Because we'll blow things up if we do. Venus 21 is a maniac. Maniac! Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? I hope you're entertained. I appreciate the sub very much. Let's go for these ones. Let's move these ones. All right. We're going to move these ones down. All right. You got to go. I might be able to come back in a few minutes. Hey, no worries, Jacob. Hey, I believe it or not, I'm going to be here for a bit. Turns out I'm still trying to... Eek. Still pulling my hair out on some of this stuff. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Listen, how far up... Listen, what kind of spacing are you going to do here, dude? Like, you're clicking stuff for no reason. Let's click the thing. What kind of spacing? Do you want to do, like, every 5? All right, let's do that. That would have been really smart. Okay, well, yeah, you should do 5, because we'll count that one as 5. It's not really 5, but we'll use that one as our counting 5. All right, so let's take you and move you 5 past that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to put you right, 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. Change the destination to here. Done. We'll give you 5 extra trains to make that happen. And, okay, yeah, you're next. You're my polymer bars. We're going to move you up here. Thanks, leg. I really appreciate it. Okay, there we go. Polymer bars. Boom. And we'll increase that to 20 trains. Just because of the distance covered now. Okay, and then we'll take this guy. He's water. I'm only using 30 trains for that? Surprised. Okay, well, we're going to increase this guy to 50 trains. So water is coming from the bottom of the map, right? So I am very surprised that I was being so lenient with that. But we'll go with 50 trains on that. And nitrogen's the same deal, right? Nitrogen is coming up from the bottom of the map. So I'm going to increase it to 50 trains on this one. Same deal. There we go. Change the destination to there. 50 trains. There we go. Done. And now for that aluminum. There we go. Yeah, we'll take you. Thank you very much. And we're going to move you. Come on, a little bit more. There you go. Change you to here. It is 48 trains, and that's because it too's coming from the bottom of the map, but 48's probably fine. 990? Well, there's 1,000. There's 49. Okay, so then, where's my next ones going? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we don't have to bring the next ones online yet because they're not hooked into the city yet. But we will. As soon as we expand into this block, we will definitely have to, do that. So, is plastic another headache of mine? I would think so. It's probably the other headache. Yes, it is. So let's let the plastic not be a headache anymore. Let's see. Where is the plastic being a headache? Because it shouldn't be. I mean, okay, yes, I'll agree that, maybe there's a few spots here that could be better. Okay, give me that. Put that back. Sure. Is plastic just not being processed enough? Fast enough? Could be misbalanced, right? Keeping in mind, we bring finished plastic up from the bottom as a supplement to this. So if it's out of balance, it will choke things. But we'll clean this up and then see what happens with it. All the things. And if I need to, I can blow this platform away for an extra plastic storage, just because this isn't actually being used, which actually should be one of my future plans. We have all kinds of plastic waste on these platforms. Do we want to take care of those? Yeah, we can take care of a couple of these. Maybe we'll skip we'll do like a weird step pattern here. Maybe the issue is I don't have enough recycling for that. You know, I think overall, I think it's been pretty balanced. I think it's just because when the city stalls, it gets kind of silly stupid, right? That's why we don't like to have big stalls, because when it does stall, it throws the ribbon into chaos a little bit. All right, well, let's do it that way for now. All right, so that should take care of all the things, right, guys? Well, it will take you a few seconds to figure that out. Yeah, guess what? You're not full anymore. I know. There you go. What about you guys? Your high-tech parts, I'm assuming they're still being delivered, right? Well, listen, hurry up and deliver them high-tech parts because these guys are choking. Let me tell you. I need high-tech parts up here now, guys. Right now. Gosh darn it. It's interesting watching you feel ratios rather than a handy spreadsheet. Well, you gotta kind of. Oh, now we're short on composite. Really, guys? I just fixed one, and you're gonna give me the hard time on the other, huh? Okay. Listen, let me go down here to composite. Well, I mean, there's no real good spread. Well, there wasn't. I don't know. I haven't checked lately. There wasn't a good spreadsheet for this yet. Now, composite is a problem, but composite's going to be a problem because we are running low. Tempered steel is the problem, and that's because you just spent 20 minutes fixing that problem, but it hasn't had time to embed yet. I don't. Now, there wasn't any kind of thing to do that, and yeah, I guess I could have sat down and worked all the numbers. But I hate getting into factory. I love playing logistics factory games, but I hate it when you have to work in on so much math that it gets tedious, right? Anytime you work with a factory game, which is why, for example, back in Infraspace, right? In Infraspace, listen, how many trains did you just give that guy? You gave him 8, right? Did you give him 8 trains? Yes, you did. So in Infraspace with the 9.6 seconds and stuff like that. That kind of number drives me crazy. 9.6 seconds. Why? I don't mind doing some math, but I don't want to become I literally don't want to become an Albert. I don't want to become a crazy mathematician just to play a game, right? Yes, I know a few people really get off on doing all the math behind these factory games, and that's great. But the average player who works a job and the whole 9 yards, the last thing they want to do when they come home to play a factory game is spend hours beating their brains out on all the math. I'm pretty sure of it, right? Yes, a few people will enjoy that, but most people aren't going to enjoy that. So when I play factory games, and yes, I mean, I will take the time to do that. And I mean, all these are, now I will say theirs are very nice, right? There's all 30 and 12, right? They use a lot of 30 and 12, right? 30 and 12. I love the math in this game. It makes it so great, right? The one thing I don't know is we don't know what the, and this would be really hard to figure out, is we don't have a true ratio of what it is per population to the ratio of stuff being made. That's the problem. I think that's why there's no real spreadsheet for it. Because I think there's different levels as to what they use for each level of the city until you get to 1 million. Now, after 1 million, I think it stabilizes out, and then you could do the math on that. But Until you got there, it's really hard to get this number to calculate here, like whatever the supply center needs at any one moment, right? Turns out we are growing again, people. We like growth. We like growing. Growing is good. I like seeing little extra bits being dropped off, but we are going to have a problem, which is why I'd really, really would like to have more stuff. I'd like to have more stuff built for it. So building more stuff it is. More stuff. So while the city is thinking about that, let's build more stuff so as we don't have a problem. Okay. So we'll build this, and then we'll actually go build some water. Another couple of rounds of water, because that's always a good thing. Mark IIs. Mark II platforms. There we go. And then we'll go build some water platforms, because, of course, they're very important. You betcha. They're very important. And then we'll work our way... back to the city to see how well it's doing. Looks like growth is speeding up again. You betcha. We like speeding up. It's just as I typed that, it stopped. Well, it's going to be on and off, and I think the issue is going to be composite. Composite is going to be a bane of my existence until I get enough tempered steel in there to deal with the shortfall. But the big problem with that is just resource, right? We got to get enough resource coming in to bring more tempered steel into the whole mix. So that's why I'm building this out, so as we can get more steel coming in as soon as possible. You betcha. All right. Okay, all the things. There we go. Done. And oops, yep. Okay, yep, you blew that up. Yeah, you destroyed that there, big guy. Okay, there we go. Yeah, all the miners of all the things. Okay. And get these ones across, and then we can get the train in. That would be good. Okay, there we go. Nice. Look at that. You didn't mess it up this time, Max. Awesome sauce. All right. The train track is over here. Let's see if we can't get something to hook off of that. Do you want to go through the fluoride? Probably not. I mean, not to say it matters. I'm not using the fluoride right now, but you never know. Just in case. Just in case one day we get the kids to start brushing their teeth again. Yep, put that over here. All the things. Hey, we've arrived. All right. Wow, you're really off kiltered on that one. All right, there you go. Done. Let's get a train in there for these guys. All right, one train. Boop. Which way you want to do this? It doesn't really matter. All right, so let's drag this all the way down here, and we'll stick it into this storage area over here. Okay. Do that. I noticed these are using Mark IIs. I'm actually gonna. First of all, you're gonna put 100 trains or so in that. Somewhere around there, 150 trains. Okay. I'm actually going to increase these to Mark III platforms. I think this could be part of the problem. I'm hoping we can unload these trains a little faster and get the turnaround time a little better. Okay, there we go. Okay. Done. And this one over here. Excellent. Done. All right. Hopefully now we'll be able to unload the trains that are coming in here fast enough. Let's hope so, because this tempered steel is looking pretty scary, I must admit. It is not looking pretty in here at all. We got lots of nitrogen, but we've got no steel coming in here at all. And I mean, that is literally bottom of the barrel. We're bottom. It's the bottom of the barrel for that tempered steel. Yeah. In fact, steel bars, nitrogen. I got 1 train of steel bars. Where's that from? Go to the origin. Okay. Well, that doesn't look good. Yeah, this whole area is bone dry. Bone dry. Nothing. It's got nothing. Gee. And it's not that we don't have the factories. The factories are we have the factory capacity. We just don't have the raw iron ore here. We need more of it. More of it. In fact, I should probably be making more of it. The water's holding fine. The iron ore is not. So let's actually focus. Let's keep focused on the objective, which really should be the iron ore, right? Because the rest of it's a mess. If we don't fix this, it will become a mess really fast. That is true. Okay, there we go. Don't get me wrong, love water. We'll need the water soon enough, but we don't need the water just yet. The water can wait. There we go. Yeah, yeah, more throughput. Recycling speed, well, the recycling, actually, metal's been the one thing that has not caused me any problem in recycling. The metal is doing great, actually. So we are actually getting the throughput on metal. The metal waste has been the one thing not causing me any problems with the recycle all this time. And I think it's because, see, here in the factory, right, the metal recycle is being turned into tempered steel here, which is then being turned into composite and getting shoved right into the city. It has not caused me any problem at all. This is it's just the extra metal, right? The extra metal that you need to make this all work is the issue, right? So I will say, recycled metal is actually not been a it's actually been one of the I'll call it a highlight of the current build. It is, and I must admit, in version 1, that was all a big issue back then, right? In version 1 of the ribbon, it was a huge problem to have. Actually, I should have done that one slightly different. Take that out. Yeah, so I mean, I will say it actually is nice to see that metals. Now, again, like I said, organic waste was always going to be an issue because of just how it functions, it being its own little world, right? And surprisingly, yeah, the aluminum recycle is also not giving a problem. Again, same reason. It is using it as fast as it is getting it, and is doing it correctly. So let's just hope that keeps working. I just think we need this stuff here is for the extra external stuff, right? And again, that ribbon can only do about 80% capacity, which means we'll have to soon give it a little bit more. Oops. You misclicked on that one. Okay, well, that's fine. I will fix that shortly. I'll fix that in a second. Okay, there you go. There you go. All right, let's do this. Get another train of goodies going down there. Hopefully we can get a little more steel being made. Okay, all the things. Okay, there we go. Zip. You messed that one up, dude. I think you messed one platform up. You have to come back and fix it. There you go. Boop. There we are. Okay, let's get a train on that. As the trains are getting longer, people. They're definitely getting longer. Sure. This is fine. Let's get that into here. Or do you want to get into the center? You know what? I'd like to give it to the center. Do that, do this, and give that, I don't know. somewhere around there. 1,500, 1,600. Yeah, that'll do. Let's also make sure that these guys over here can actually unload the train fast enough, right? Because it could be some time for some serious upgrading over here. See, this is a recycle for metal. We don't even use recycle down here anymore. These are useless because all the recycling is handled in the ribbon. These guys, are you guys able to clean these trains off fast enough? I'm just going to watch this guy here for a minute. Yeah, off you go. Yeah, so they're cleaning the trains off fast enough here. It's just more. We need more. I need more of it. More. All the time. More. Here, have 35 trains. We'll see what happens in a second. What's going on here, guys? You got 30 trains. You got 37 trains. You got all kinds of trains coming here, dude. You got over 60 trains coming here. Wow, you're lucky. And they are unloading them all. So that's not the issue there. What's going on here? You got 31. 61 trains? Wow, I'm really being generous to this guy. Like, what am I doing there? Like, holy smokes, this first guy barely got 30 trains. This guy's got 60 trains, and this guy's got 90 trains. Maybe you should fix the balance on that, man. Well, I mean, you may want to fix the balance on that, but you still haven't got the... Now, we are starting to see a little build-up here. This is good. Don't get me wrong, this is really good. So, how about you give, like, that other guy, like, some trains? Because that was pretty cheapy, actually. All right. Yeah, at least give this guy at least 30 more trains of iron ore, would you? Like, holy smokes. Pretty cheap. At least give him the same number as the middle guy. All right. But I think we're going to have to drag even more iron ore in there to make that work. All right, so we'll actually pause here for a second. So this has been pretty packed for a while, right? So you'll notice all this is lightly greened out. This is looking pretty packed. Even these guys are starting to turn green around the edge. So we're going to open up this next section. And of course, this is where we're going to sneak this right along the bottom here, right? Because this is the parts we want to fill up first. So you just come in here like this, and right to here. Is this a yeah, that's waste disposal, dude. Okay, I'll take it right to the waste disposal, right like that. There we go. And we'll let these all fill in, and presto, we should be good to go, right? And they can all add their catch to their own. So boom, let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that's it. Fill in. Yeah, and watch all these turn green, 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 green. Nice. That's how that's supposed to work. Excellent. Now that these are all turning green, all of these resources down in here in the ribbon can now start supplying these guys, right? You betcha. Organic waste. I think that's a lie, dude. You're lying. That's a lie. Are you going to give these guys, like, the third food? Like these other guys? I think we are. I think we're going to try that out. Okay. Thirds. And a third. And we'll see if we can't get that to turn around. That's a third. That's a third. That's a third. And that's a third. Okay. Okay. But you have no water here, dude. Like, none. And that's because you have no train down this far. Okay. Well, you do, but they're just getting here now, right? Because you just moved all these guys. And in fact, I'm gonna give this guy 5 more trains because, you know, panic, right? That's what you do when you don't see what you want. You panic. So we are getting growth. That's exactly what we're expecting because you now just open up a new section. We can now get the new growing. Somebody's going to get really excited. I open this all up, and it's going to go bloop all into this new zone. Okay, so we'll do this right to there, and then we're going to cut up here a little bit. I know. You guys are going to lose your minds. Look at them go. It's like, yes, growth. And see how see when these guys expand, they get to grow too. So everybody gets to grow when you do a little growth. But it's really good to keep them compressed because then they kind of do what you want. There we go. This. Okay, there we go. Makes that nice. All right. There we go. This way. Now, again, I'm not going to worry about getting every little dot out, because again, the ones that you miss, they show up like a big spot on the radar, right? So if I do miss something, I'll come back and get it after I have a look on the radar and see where we are. There we go. Got most of these, I think. All right. More throughput. More. More. I want more. Okay, here we go. I want more of the things. Sell me more things. You know, large and buy. Sell things, make things, more things. Okay, there we go. And done. Okay, that'll clean that up, and that'll give it a place to grow for a bit. And with these new factories online, these are going to be really happy customers for a bit, hopefully. Do I need to give you new food? You know what? I'm going to give you guys food anyway. I'm going to do that. Because one thing they haven't complained about is food. And if we can just get enough compost used up so as it can recycle more organics, I think is the big question mark, right? Because, I mean, these things are running flat out. I mean, this is good to see. They're running flat out. Okay. So that will take our ribbon up to here. And are you going to go get that extra water now, Max? I probably should. Okay. Well, that's an answer. Well, yes, it is. Yes, it is an answer. Okay, well, let's come down here. Hey, what's going on down here, guys? Not much. Listen, water. Look at this. I made all kinds of new water for everybody. You bet. Consume faster, sister. Consume faster. We need recycling. All right, so we got brand new water factories down here. We like that. Hey guys, listen, a new, can I get some water for these guys up here? Sure. Zip. 1, 2, 3. Let's go to the edge of 4. I think we'll just go 4 this time. Water. Yeah, let's go water here. Okay, water, and we'll give you guys, I don't know, 50 trains. Yeah, I haven't got my left hand near the keyboard at the moment, so we're doing this all by single click. just letting you know. Yes, I could use my left hand, but single clicking this one. Let's go 60. Let's go 55. We'll go 55 trains. Did you want to bring polymer? Actually looks really good. Did you want to bring the nitrogen up while we're down there? Okay, well, let's do that. We'll just bring the nitrogen up at the same time. Just save me a little hassle. Okay, click that, and zip. There we go. 1 nitrogen train. Nitrogen. All right, and we'll give him 55 as well. And that way it takes care of that. I see growth has stalled for a second. I will check why here shortly. Citizens, what is the problem? What are you crying about? Disposal is the problem. Really? Well, yeah, that one isn't going to work. What is the problem? Organic waste is the problem. You guys are just so mean about that all the time, dude. Like, give me a break. If you guys would just eat more, then this wouldn't be a problem. Yeah. Like, it's a catch-22. I need you to eat more food and poop out less, all right? If you guys would just please focus on eating more food and pooping out less, I would really appreciate it. It would make my life so much easier. So much easier. But no, you guys just have to... You're eating all of... You're pooping out more than you're eating. Balance, people. Balance. Go see your GI specialist, would you? Holy smokes. It gets crazy after that. Okay. I see there's some food on the platforms here. Why aren't you guys carrying that food around? What did we mess up? Oh, I see what's going on here. That's supposed to be there. Well, I don't know what that extra machine was doing there. That must have been a misclick. I must have blew that up. My bad, guys. Yeah, you guys can carry that extra food this way. I'd really appreciate it. You know. Now, see, this is what we want to see, though, right? See, that one's even empty. That's empty. That's empty. Yeah, like these are all empty, right? That's what you want to see, right? So, hopefully, like these guys with all their extra compost up here, hopefully, and I think what it is in part, when they're not part of the like when they're not part of a city yet, you'll notice these are all full, and that's because these guys have nothing to do. So, this factory just keeps making it. And then once these cities actually, come online and they get used, then I think they catch up, which I think is a good deal. But we'll just kind of expand this along here a little bit right now for the future. There we go. And numbers are going back up again. We like it. You know, it's all very scary. It's all very scary. It's all very scary, let me tell you. But it is going. It is still going. I am a little concerned about how this has like no extra trains there at all. It's gonna be a little tight for a while, I think. Yeah, so it is expanding into that. And let's see. Tempered steel is still a big problem. It's a big problem. It's a bigger problem. It's a bigger problem. I haven't made Mark III platforms in a long time. How many do you think you got left? Not as many as you'd like to have. Like, I only got like hundreds left now. And that's because I haven't made any in a while, because composite has been... I've been pumping it all into the city and not using it for construction material. So that is going to become an issue because I got to have even more steel being made. So I guess we go grab some more iron. Go grab more iron, dude. What is that? All right, that's sulfur. There is an iron up here, so let's grab it. Gosh darn it. We will get enough iron out of this thing, mister. And we're going to like it. I'm glad to see water's not a real big issue. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, water is an issue, but water and nitrogen have not been a big issue this round either. Again, the version 3 ribbon is really good, except that I think I got to work on a little bit of tweaking of the organics. But if it wasn't for the organics, I think overall it would be in really good shape. Okay, there we go. Put that in. Nice. Starting from here. Okay. And then go for here. Yeah, you messed that one up. Nice job. Listen, Mr. Clicky Click. Don't give me a hard time. All right. You know, I love to argue with myself. It's great exercise. I'm sure the therapist is just going to be mind blown with that. All right, so let's keep going on down here. Oh, yeah, you did it again, you goof. That's fine. It's not like you were putting anything there anyway. It's just an extra platform for everybody to use. Okay. Gosh darn it, I'm going to get enough iron in there today. Now, maybe for the next stream, I try to hook up all the iron patches and just try to have them all dropping off and being picked up at the same time. You know, because, I mean, sooner or later, we're going to have all the iron on the planet. Though I'm kind of hoping that we don't use it all up for a long time, but it probably does need to be all hooked in here at some point in time. You scrub that. It'll be all right. Don't worry about it too much. There you go. See? No problem. No problems, no worries. Okay. Do that. Do this. A couple more. Somewhere around there. All right, there. That looks good. So. Wow. This is actually really messy. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I want to get around this. Okay, there we go. You're fine. You'll be fine, dude. You'll be fine. Will I? Well, I mean, you know, that's quite questionable, but well, you're gonna be fine enough that we're gonna get up here and get this iron. All right. Well, that's true. All right, there we go. Ooh, came close to clipping that mountain, but luckily you didn't. And in fact, look at you go. Boom. Oh, there's a hex line right there. Okay, let's get a train on this. And we're gonna bring that all the way down here. We'll stick it into this one. Iron ore, and give me 1,500 of that. There we go. Trains. It's all just trains, people. It's all just trains. And hopefully we'll get enough iron coming in there to keep things going. Things look like they've paused out again. Why is that? Let's see. Is it you? Plastic waste, huh? I think you're full of baloney. Plastic waste looks alright. I mean, yes. I mean, it's not empty, but it doesn't look full to me. Guys. Empty the warehouses faster. That's not my fault. Jeez. Alright, fine. Let me go back here a little bit. You know what? We're going to actually try do this. And do that. So, all the things. We'll just go straight across this road. It's the easiest way for me to do it. I'll let the robots do the rest of the work. Okay. And then what I need to do is I need to check to make sure that I need to make sure that supplies are coming in are being matched. Again, it's great that they're pooping out this extra material. I just don't know why we're not recycling it fast enough. The ratio should be fine. Now I say that, but you know, yes, I mean, you can always do an exact ratio, but computer games never do exact, right? So if it says it wants 10 to 1, you bet you'd better only do 8 to 1 or 12 to 1, because 10 to 1 will never be 10 to 1. It just never is. But it does appear it's happy. Well, that's good. That means that at least the supply side is not our problem. The supply side is running good. So it's just this side being cranky. Well, it's not the first time on that. Oxygen looks really good. I'm really happy to see that part of it. I say that, though this part of this city looks pretty bad for oxygen. There is oxygen down here, though. So that's not too bad. There is oxygen in parts of the city. Now, I mean, I was being a little more careful with the oxygen around here until later on anyway. So, you know, like, for example, I could give that guy a third thing there. Because I think we're doing 3s for everybody now, right? Yeah, you should get your 3. And you probably should get your 3. I'll give you an extra one anyway, even if you didn't need it. Because, again, we don't want oxygen to be the problem. That would stink. Let's see. 3-3-3-3, 3-3-3. Everybody was 3 all the way down the road. Yeah, looks like everybody's pretty happy with their 3s. And we got green lights right up to here, which is good. All right. We'll crank it up a little bit. See what happens. Let's see if we can fill the rest of this corner in here and do the things. Yeah, fill the rest of this corner in, guys. And then I'll open this up a little bit more, and we'll let it fill in a little bit more, and then we'll see what happens after that. 2604. Yeah, you stopped all of a sudden. Guys, what'd you stop for? Are you still gonna... Nah, it's organic waste again. Really? Are you guys... Like, how can you guys not eat enough? People, eat more. Oh, it's a water problem. Uh-oh. It is a water problem. Maybe integrate atmospheric extractors directly into the ribbon. Atmospheric extractor... Well, they are. They are in the ribbon. Right? They're right here. They're right here. And the reason I didn't put them into the ribbon is because they have no place in the ribbon. All right? Like, oxygen is oxygen. You can just pump that out anywhere. So the atmosphere extractors actually are part of the ribbon where they need to be. That was never a really big issue, but water is now the problem. Okay, well then, you know what? You do have all these factories down here for a reason, goof. Go grab water. Okay. Water, guys. Who wants water? Not you guys. You guys don't want water. Up here. Where do you want to put this water at? We can stick it in the mid-section here. Just to kind of give them a little bit of juice, a little bit of an extra boost. Go for water. Let's go for at least 50 trains. Yeah, that should do it. There, that should help with that for the moment. Gee, game, thanks a lot. Do you have to jump around like that? Drives me crazy when it does that. Okay. There we go. Anyway, it's going to be a few minutes before the water catches up, unfortunately. There's not much I can do about that. So, while that's happening, let's go stare at a few other places. So here is New Lima. Poor New Lima. With their, what do they got? 1,000 people, right? Yep, they got their 1,000 people. And their 1,000 people, it never changes, right? This never changes because they never get reinforced concrete. But they have enough oxygen that they don't die either, right? So they've always got their 1,000 people over here in the middle of nowhere, just hanging out, being cool. they're hanging out. I see they did cheat a little bit. I guess they were a little jammed up here. They did cheat a little bit on me. Gosh darn it. This is the old supply center. It is basically stopped functioning, which is a little unfortunate. I probably should try to bring some of this back online, considering this would be some free roads and some other things. There's not a lot of iron left over here, but I'm sure we can make a few things work out of this. How's that water doing, guys? Are we getting any of that extra water up there yet, or what? I mean, every ounce of steel, I think, is being thrown into this thing, so it looks okay there. These are starting to look... That's looking pretty healthy. I may borrow... Oh, yeah, look at that one. Wow, that's really looking good, guys. Yeah, so good, in fact. We're going to probably borrow from that in a second. We'll have a look at that. So let's have a look at the 3 steel factories themselves. Yes. I mean, they're running flat out, but that's no surprise. We know that steel's running to the limit all the time. So there's not much surprise there. The steel is being dropped off and picked up as fast as it's dropping off, so I guess that's a good deal. Might try to get a 4th steel plant on. Let's see where the water is. Is that water getting up here, guys? Anytime now? I would say so. Yes, that is water being dropped off. Excellent. Will you just keep doing that, guys? Holy smokes. Let's actually go down and stare at water for a minute. This one's these guys over here are looking pretty drained. Actually, I'm a little concerned around that. I guess we better try and put in a little more water for them. It was the other thing I wanted to do in this episode, so that is the thing we should do. Water for the things. There we go. Okay. You just slow things down here so as the lag isn't so bad when I try to click. All right. Because one thing I will say, one thing about the game when it starts to lag at times, it's like it makes it really hard to place things. I must admit though, overall for the amount of material and items being moved, there is yes, the game has its lag, but it's not as bad as other games, right? I'm looking at you in for space. So I will say, for the amount of traffic, objects, I mean, all them little drones flying around, I mean, what a pain in the butt that is. But, you know, I must admit, they did a pretty good job. They did a pretty good job on that. So far, anyway. Now, I mean, you know, the future can be totally messed up. And, you know, things go sideways. But let's hope that that's not the case. You know, let's hope that, you know, everything keeps moving forward the way it's supposed to be. But I'm just saying that they did a really, overall they did a really good job when it comes to that. Give me this, dude. This is one of them quirky squares, so no surprise that this one isn't lining up properly. Oh, really? Like, why don't you just keep clicking? Like, what? Just keep clicking and putting it all down. There we go. Have they done the same optimization in the latest patch? Of this game? I didn't see anything in the patch notes. And that's not a surprise. You usually don't try to do your, like, you don't usually try to do optimization rounds until you get, you know, X amount of material in. So I would think that maybe the next patch, but they haven't really put anything new in either. Yes, they have done changes to water, right? So they've got the water indicators, right? So if you do this, right, they've got the water indicators so you can see where, when the water happens, where it's going to flood, where it's not going to flood, blah, 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 all the things. So they have made changes in that regard. So maybe they've just been doing the tweaks as part of the system itself, which is very possible, right? Even though I haven't seen anything in their release notes, they just might be doing it just to do it. And I mean, that's fine. Like I said, you know, it's not a surprise that there's some lag, but at the same time, for what it's doing, it's actually quite impressive. So I got to give them props for that. They've been doing a decent job on that one. I don't know how I'm gonna do this shape up there. Okay, well, we'll figure that out after we put in the nitrogen, I guess. Okay. Oh, you just broke the train track. Nice job. Okay, well, I'll fix that in a minute. You don't have to be mean to me. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Okay, get around there. All the things. Done. Fix up your train track. There you go. Awesome. Okay. I'm assuming them water trains have gotten up there by... Well, I am running it at normal speed, right? I'm assuming the water trains are still just loading up. Yeah, like, the one thing about it is that we're not seeing... Like, things are not very fast. Like, let's go, guys. Let's go. Water. Listen, I'm going to give you guys, like, 60 trains because you're making me worried. Do something. Like... Yeah, more water, more trains, more things. Go take that up there, would you? Because we can't have that number sitting there too much longer. But at the current game speed we're running either, it is going to get a little slower just to get anywhere, right? Okay, there we go. I remember in the initial run-through lag got to be a serious problem. Maybe I'm used to it now. Well, maybe. Now they, not to say they haven't been working on anything. I think in like patch 652 of their beta, they said that they had done some optimization tweaking and stuff. So I don't think it's that they've just totally ignored it. It's just I don't think they make it as a predominant. I don't think they make. What is this shape? What is this shape? I'm just gonna ignore that. I just don't think they're making it as a predominant note feature when they're doing their updates, right? And not to say is that there still isn't lag issues. I mean, obviously, the game slows down the more stuff we got into it, right? Man, this is just as bad. Like, getting shapes to work here is really bad at the moment. Do that. Do that. That looks like some cool Justice League logo or something. Or like, some logo from Marvel. Okay, well, that's actually a pretty cool shape. Don't know if it's going to work for anything. Coffee time for Jamie, you betcha. Oh, man, I love coffee time. Yeah, coffee time. Yay. All right, do this. You know what? We're going to do this instead. An incidental, not a priority. Yeah, it's kind of like, and again, like they say they're going to put in more stuff. So I think you don't want to get too crazy with optimization only to ruin that optimization when you put in your new stuff, right? It's kind of catch-22. It's the same reason like in Satisfactory, they've had multiplayer for 3 years, yet it is the least optimized thing because they know that the very last thing they should do is optimize the multiplayer side. But that drives players crazy because it's the first thing they want them to do. But they realize that if they try to update multiplayer every single time they do an update, it'll take them 10 times longer to make that game, and that's just the way it is, right? So, I guess the only way around that is to kind of like have it running good enough until you get such time as you get close to the end of the game development, and then that's when you optimize multiplayer and the rest of it, right? So, yeah, I mean, optimization, it's a catch right from the very start, right? And I'm trying not to sneeze here really hard. That's why I keep stopping and starting talking. It's like I'm trying to talk and I'm trying to sneeze at the same time. So I stop talking for a second and then it's like, okay, can I get around the sneezing problem? Oh, jeez. It's tough, people. It's very tough. It's okay though. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Okay. I think I forgot one there. Okay, do that. This shape is really wonky. It's just the way it is. It's a wonky shape, people. There's not much you can do about the wonky shapes. Sometimes you run into just too many. We're close to the poles. When you're this close to the poles, you run into so many hex problems. It's crazy. All you can do is just shake your head and keep on going. That's all you can do. Okay. Yep. You got all those ones filled out. Okay. Then get these ones done. Actually, you forgot this oval up here, dude. There we go. And then, okay, come on, you can get this. You got this. 10 more. Well, say 12 more. Well, not even 12. Maybe it's closer to 10 than I thought. There we go. And then you can put another water train in, because I think you're gonna need it, dude. I'll tell you right now. Put a train in here. Now, where do you want to put this water train at? Because water is still a big problem. Look, water's all gone. Like, it's all gone. Okay. Here. Put a water train in here. No. Okay, you know what? I'll just do that, and now I'm going to move that. I'm going to move that to where it's more important. Change the destination to... I'm going to change it to back here. There you go. Now put in all the trains, right? Whoa, 101. 2646. That's a lot of water. Really? Something tells me you'll never supply that amount of water out of that depot down there, dude. I know that's not going to happen. All right, let's go down to 60 even. There we go. Try that. So it I need the water. I need water. Water, people. Water. Everything's jamming up because of no water. I'm assuming that's like everything. Yeah, everything's all jammed up now because we got no water. Gee whiz. Well, okay. Well, they got enough water that they're. Well, it jammed up, and then I got to clean it up. All right, one more cleanup, and then we'll call this one in. That way we can. I can let this grow in the background for a bit, and hopefully all the things can happen. So start from here and work your way down here, dude. I must admit, there's no it's got to be the recycle center then. All right, that's actually interesting to know. I was gonna say there's no compost there, right? Which means if there's no compost, well, see, now these platforms have compost. It's kind of hard to say. I'll have to look at it. I was going to say, if there's no compost on any of these platforms, then the problem is the recycling center. I need more of them. So maybe it isn't 3 of these I need. Maybe it's another recycling center I need. That being said, though, I can always watch that offline. Because, see, there's lots of compost here. Too much compost. So which means more restaurants are needed. Because there's no food on any of these green dots, right? I mean, that's great. It means everybody's eating without running short. But at the same time, it does concern me a lot. But anyway. There, that'll take care of that little issue. Now for the plastics issue. Sure, give me that. Okay, and now I'll work my way back with the plastics. Just get rid of that problem right away. Okay, And it's kind of the same deal here, I must admit. I did expect that. I mean, I've worked out, the ratio is fine, but again, ratios are never perfect in video games. Never. It's like, you know what the ratio is, but do you think it's working right? It should be. Now, it could be that the city's just outgrown itself again. Maybe that's the problem. Like, it is putting out almost 3,000 waste. 3,000 waste. So it has to be able to eat all that waste. And maybe that's the problem. I'm just not eating enough waste. We'll have to work it out and see what it is, right? Okay. Boop, boop. Okay, so that will take us all the way down to the end of the city. That should... hopefully, even though we're pretty short for the water, there appears to be enough water kicking around on some platforms that it's going to do a thing. Right, guys? Yeah, click here. Yes, you are. And in fact, I'm going to stop you there for a second. We're going to open this sucker up. Just to Kev, you guys do this for me. If you'd be so kind as to do this little maneuver right to here. Okay, and just so as we can get these online, I'm actually going to bury these for a second to force them into them little pockets. Okay. Okay, do that. Do this. All right, so let's just kind of force these guys to work down this way. That's it, guys. Yeah, work down here, would you? Yep. Do. Yep, keep going. I need you to touch these platforms. Yeah, anytime now. Oh, you stopped growing on me. Darn it. Well, that's not the problem. Composite and food is the problem. Did not expect that. Well, I am making enough. Well, that could be a problem. All right, they're growing again. Maybe I should bring in the second food train though. Let's do that. So one train for food. Click you, and then on this side, where are we with food anyway? Third platform. All right, platform 3. This is going to be for food, and it's going to be 8. There's food. There we go for 8. Nice. Okay. So you guys are now growing across here. You're going to touch hopefully a few more of these things. Do that. Yep. Put in the little dots. Dot me. Yep. Keep putting in dots. Yep. Boop. There's a green light. And boop. There's a green light. Very good. Excellent. Now I'll let you grow into the. I'll let you grow this way. That way we get the extra factories working on what we want here. Do that. Okay. Easy, guys. Let me finish cleaning this up first. Here we go. Listen, I got to come back for these few dots here in a bit. Don't mess this up, guys. Okay. We'll come down here. We'll grow these up this way. Okay, something like that. Okay, good. We've caught up to the city itself. So this will now at least, now hopefully when I do some cleaning up here, it won't lose its mind. I can keep up with it. And that should push the city along, no problem. And yeah, keep cleaning this up. I see you guys are faster up here. I don't know why, but you are. Okay. Yeah, let me finish doing this. Ugh. Now this, I must admit, this is a little laggy at the moment, but I shouldn't be surprised. I am running the game at speed 3, which I don't, like, it's not the same full speed as the full speed as we had earlier in the game when you run things at full speed. But that's okay. It's perfectly fine. Listen, don't go any farther that way, dude. You're going to blow up the city, and that would be bad. No blowing the city up. Not good at all. All right, there we go. We're going to let that fill in and all the things, and then we'll wrap things up. So, it almost looks like a Van Halen concert symbol or something, doesn't it? Besides the Chevy symbol. Don't get me wrong, the Chevy symbol, but it almost looks like a VH, right? Van Halen, right? I mean, that maybe my imagination's just gone too wild. Maybe my imagination's too wild today. Anyway, all right. So it is looking good, though. It is looking good. So the plan would be I will work a little offline. I will continue expanding the ribbon down this way. So as we can get ready to expand into this. I also got to prepare the next ribbon level in here, so as we can expand the city into this block up here, as we now hit the 3 million people, and it has now filled in this corner. So we'll take it to 3 million. You should push that button, Max. There you go. Look at that. Button pushed as we hit 3 million of those peoples. And, of course, I'm going to have to add a bunch of water. We're going to have to keep bringing in that steel because, of course, we got to supplement the 20% up the top here on this corner, right? But the ribbon itself is still working really good. Yes, recycle I wish was a little better. but I think that's a balance issue, right? I think that's a balance issue. I think what happens is that as the city continues to outgrow my pace, as long as I keep opening up new sectors, it would balance itself out. But I'm not either opening the sectors fast enough, or we need to actually get another recycling. But that's not probably going to happen anytime soon. Anyway, nevertheless, it's something I'll tweak around with a little offline, all the things, right? So, here, play it at slow speed, Max. Because, I mean, it is very, I mean, this is awesome to watch. It is, I mean, come on. This is it is pretty cool to watch the ribbon working at full tilt, right? I must admit, it is pretty cool. It is definitely cool. All right, so hit the tab button there, Max. There you go. So, recent subscribers, of course, including Venus21, which, of course, came across the screen and is scrolling at the bottom corner. Of course, those in the chat, including Jamie, Gregory, Mr. O. I know Jacob was here earlier. As I'm going through the list, I'm sure I'll see the name there in a second. There it is. There's Jamie's name. And there's Jacob's name as well. And I appreciate that very much. Of course, everybody watching later on, I thank you very much for watching. I'm Max. This, of course, has been Plan B Ribbon World. You know it. As we are, I don't know what. I mean, the ribbon is actually working really good this time. It's really good. Yes, it has a slight overproduction of waste, but I mean, it's really hard to work out the math on this stuff until you actually do it, right? So we'll keep tweaking it. We'll keep tweaking it, and we'll see if we can't push it on even a little harder, as it's now passing 3 million and going upwards, and all the things. You bet. Tomorrow, Terra Nil. We're gonna play. We're into the advanced maps now, so we're gonna do the advanced maps of Terra Nil tomorrow. And Mr. Prepper on was it Thursday, I think? Yeah, because tomorrow's Wednesday. All the things. So with that, I appreciate all the hanging out and support, guys and girls and ladies and all the things. It's just way too many names nowadays to remember. I appreciate it very much. I'm going to see you all on the next one. Take care.